Hi, it's Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. Today we're going to do a Divine Masculine check-in. Now, I've been a little low energy these days, so bear with me. Okay, masculines. Let's see, what are we focusing on? Okay, I'm trying to put it so you guys could see it. So we have nature in reverse. Anything else? So this could be, masculines are learning how to come into deeper alignment with their intuition, that they're not following their inner nature, whatever that may be. Anything else for masculines? Anything else for masculines? We have karmic completion in reverse. Yeah, so, some extra things to clean up for the masculine energy. Masculines have some homework to do, and then relationship changes. Oof, okay. I just have a feeling there's another message here. Yep. Domestic harmony. Okay, hold on. Let's put these in order of operations here. Okay, this is how they came out, so let's honor that message. Okay, masculines, this has a lot to do with following your intuition regarding a certain relationship matter, a certain something to do with your domestic harmony, so home life, cleaning up relationships. Now, this could be relationships with a partner, with your children, with adult children or little kid children. There's something here about balancing out. Sorry, I'm getting a separate message here that for some of you it has to do with legal matters regarding family and domestic matters. Maybe there's a pending court case, maybe there's custody issues, something kind of heavy in that capacity. Is there anything else, Spirit? Anything else you want to share about this? All right, we have compassion in reverse and completion. Yeah, okay, so more of the same messages here. I'll just leave these right here. All right, this is very straightforward. Yeah, and what's being pushed into the unconscious is this follow your dreams. So masculines, it's okay right now if you don't feel like you are in an appropriate space to take action on your soul mission, on your soul purpose, on your current dreams. Sorry, I'm trying to move these lights in a way where you could actually see the cards. There we go. Okay. All right. Yeah, masculines. I don't take this shadow card to be in a negative way. Sometimes the shadow position could tell us what we're pushing into the shadow or what's elusive, what's eluding us. So right now, masculines, I feel like what's eluding you is this new life that's not quite ready to come into fruition because you are doing your due diligence to take care of any sort of loose ends, any sort of open loops that you are being called to close. Okay, where do we want to go next, Spirit? All right, let's see where we go. So ton of relationship stuff. And let's just be real. Anytime we have to take care of any sort of domestic duties, they can, or if our domestic life is in any way unbalanced or out of whack, it can really take up the majority of our bandwidth, right? It's pulling on the heartstrings. It's a lot of effort, usually a lot of mental, emotional, physical work in 3D. So it's okay right now, masculines, if you're exhausted. It's you're taking steps towards your ultimate soul fulfillment. Okay. All right, we have spring, awakening, projects, renewal. Anything else for masculine energy? Anything else for masculine energy? We have go for it, reaching your dreams. Another card of reaching your dreams. Let me do this. This is interesting to me. So for some masculines here, you might be closer to the end where you can actually, you could see the end in sight, and you're actually able to invest some of your life force in planning for the future, in planning, even allowing yourself to have these dreams, allowing your worthiness to come in. Anything else for masculines? I just saw a card. We have rites of passage, mugwort. Whew. Okay, so the other messages that's coming in here for masculines is that you might be frustrated that you're not able to step into this full soul alignment, that you're not able to actually, that your life and life circumstances cannot support you taking a new action towards your dreams right now. Understand that this is a rite of passage, masculines, that there's something here that you need to move through. And they're showing me is the Panama Canal. Do you guys know how the Panama Canal works, where it has all the locks and the channels, where to travel through the Panama Canal, you have to go through one lock and then it fills up with water and it raises the ship, and then it goes to the next lock and then the next one and the next one. There's something here, masculines, about that this lock or this channel that you're in right now, there's a certain lesson or skills you need to attain that will serve you in stepping into your dream soul aligned life. But do not rush through this, because you need these skills. It's like, don't try to skip levels is what I'm trying to say here, masculines. You need, there's a gift, there's a treasure in being present in whatever you're navigating at this current time. We have daydream in reverse, imagination, allow your mind to wander, quiet time. Okay, so it's in reverse. So there's two sides of this coin. There's the coin that says you are daydreaming when you really need to get your energy in present time so you can use that life force and your mental capacity and all of your faculties and all of your tools in the toolbox to take care of this karmic completion, to close out these relationships, to complete these loose ends, whatever they are for you. The other side of this coin is that it's not time for you to daydream yet. One side says you are daydreaming and you need to be present with this. The other side is saying, don't worry, you will, once you move through this rite of passage, whatever this difficult time for you is, quiet, solitary time where you can water your imagination, where you can allow your soul and spirit to wander, where you can follow your desires, that is on the horizon. It's a really beautiful kind of, I don't want to say a promise of something to come, but it does feel very much like that. And it's, do you see how all of these messages are weaving together? It feels very much in alignment. Okay, we also have yellow, flexibility, adaptability, and personal power in reverse. Okay, listen, domestic issues are really difficult. There's a lot of high emotions involved. There's a lot of, the stakes are really high. So it's okay right now, masculines, if you're not feeling at your personal best. It's okay right now if you're feeling a little rigid in your expression and movement through this life. So honor the difficulty, honor just how difficult what you're doing is, right? You can chastise yourself for not being somewhere or doing something or accomplishing your dreams, or you could just honor that what you're doing right now is incredibly difficult, and it makes sense that you're not able to access this level of flow and flexibility. Okay, anything else, Spirit? Anything else for masculines? What do they need to know about this time, or what are they struggling with? What do they need to overcome? What's blocking this karmic completion? That's a great question. Okay, we just had a bunch come out. Let me see. Wait, we had a bunch. Okay, let's look at all these. All right, we have astral travel in reverse, vital force information, dream time, soul travel. Yeah, I mean, the reversals are making total sense in this narrative. We have premonition, prophecy, We have food, nourishment, relationships, health. Yep. And then we have dress rehearsal, alternative course choices in reverse. I'm very drawn to these two reversals. Let me just show you them in the upright. So we have dress rehearsal and astral travel, alternative course and choices, and vital force information, dream time, soul travel. You know, it makes sense to me that you're not accessing this higher thing because your energy is being so deeply called to root in the 3D. So when we have a lot of responsibilities and tasks to take care of in the 3D, it makes sense that we can't spend a ton of time in dreamland, in astral traveling, in grounding, connecting with source. However, there's something here as well that hold on. Okay, masculines, there's a message here for you that you can always choose a different course. And some of you might be saying, yeah, Karen, but you know, there's all this drama and all this craziness, you know, there's really only one path through. Well, just by the sheer nature that you're saying that means there's another path. If something feels difficult, there's always an option to move through it with ease. Now, I understand how difficult of a pill that is to swallow when you're really in the trenches of pain and suffering and abrasion and struggle. However, where was it? I forget which card it was, but masculines, connect with source. You always have a buddy. You always have a partner. You're never alone, even in the trenches of, you know, sorrow and despair, that there is an alternative path through this flavor of chaos, that you are able to ask for help, that you are divinely and worthy of this unconditional love and unconditional support in the face of, you know, humanity in all of your fallible human glory. So don't forget that when in doubt, if you're struggling to find another path, or if you feel boxed in and feel like you don't have any other choices, connect with source, connect with source consciousness, connect with source love, God love, oneness love, Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it. I just said to my friend today that I realized that our hearts, our consciousness is like a car. We need to do maintenance on it. We need to get a tune-up once in a while. And for me, I really need to connect with holy words and holy language and holy ideas, like at least once a week. You know, some people go to church or temple or the mosque or some other holy worship of some kind, and it's not an accident that people usually do that once a week, right? Sometimes most of the time, this world, this planet, this life, this very human life just yanks us off our center, and we forget really we forget our target. We forget what's in focus. Everything goes blurry. And so masculines, you're being called to reconnect with source, reconnect with your spirituality, whatever that is, and know that you're never alone. Anything else, Spirit? Okay, we have obsidian, grounding, shielding, and void space. There's a lot coming off this card. You know, immediate message. Let's go from shallow to deep. Shallow message here, masculines, is to take care of yourself. How are you nourishing your body, your physical space? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating nourishing food? Are you drinking enough water? Are you getting enough movement through the day? Do you sit at a desk all day? Can you set an alarm every 15 minutes that you just stand up and like maybe take 20 steps, like just so you're not, just so your body's not in that cramped desk position all the time. The second layer of this is masculines. You're allowed to, if you are going through a wild, chaotic time right now, not only can you ask source for support, but you're allowed to rest in the bosom of Christ consciousness, in the, you know, you're able to crawl in the lap of this kind of divine mother energy and rest, right? Allow this divine mother energy to shield you from all of this chaos. Mind you, some of that chaos may be coming from within, masculine. So this is really important to honor that chaos can come from, as within, so without. So if there's chaos within us, chaos will be mirrored back to us in the external world. Okay, there's two more messages coming off of this one card. All right, let me just riff out loud for a little bit. So we have the void. Now, for me, entering the void is allowing like the quantum grid of unconditional love and infinite oneness just to cradle us, to hold us. And in that void space, in that nothingness, is the everythingness, is kind of this, I am responsible for everything and I'm responsible for nothing. I am everything and I am nothing all at once. I am simultaneously God and I am simultaneously not God. There's something really delicious here that you get to return to, masculines. They're showing me the womb, like a baby floating in their mother's womb, and in that in the placenta, and with all of the amniotic fluid and all the different things. It's like, what was that life like for that baby who was growing and went from some cells to to this wonderful creature that grew fingers and lungs and a brain and all the wild things. So there's something about returning to that really peaceful, sacred womb space. And, think of all the wisdom and the divine intelligence that knows how to put a baby together, that knows when this egg and this sperm come together, it has the right coding or the right data to tell all the parts what to do and how to create eyeballs and fingernails and like all the crazy things. There's something here, masculines, you're being called to return to this idea and just let yourself meditate on that. Just sit with that and see if anything arises. Okay, anything else for divine masculines? Anything else for divine masculines? Oh, it's weird. I have literally touched nothing and all of a sudden these cards got really, really sticky. Masculines, do you find yourself in a sticky situation? Again, it doesn't matter what on this planet that you find yourself in. Nothing is stronger than your creator, right? So turn to source consciousness, turn to God. We have unicorn, innocence, trust, and honesty. I'm very much drawn to this, like the preciousness of a baby. Like they're so innocent. They're so pure and pristine, and they haven't been, I don't want to say damaged by the world, but you know what I'm saying. They haven't been bruised by the world yet. They haven't even developed their ego yet. We also have angel support and guidance, and we have high counsel, evolution, information, and potential. Can you feel the etheric quality of this entire readings, masculines? Can you feel this sort of celestial energy floating around this reading? There's so much divine support. We're getting it literally, and we're getting it kind of intuitively here. You are being called to, if you find yourself in chaos, masculine, some of that chaos might be a test of your faith. Can you hold your center for love and faith in this chaos? Can you ask for support when you don't think you can support yourself? Can you lean on your internal preciousness that says you are inherently worthy of this profound love? All right, in the unconscious position, we have Lady's Mantle, Mother, Healing, and Alchemy. Every time I use this deck, this card is my card. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a specific message for me, Karen, the human Karen, or if this is just a collective message here. But what's being pushed into the shadows, masculines, is something to do with your mother, some sort of healing, some sort of transmutation that needs to take place. Okay, let's return to the beginning of the message when we had all of the karmic completion, the domestic harmony, the cleaning up these scenarios, closing the loop with compassion. So maybe some of the loops that you're closing, masculines, are with a mother. Is it your own mother? Is it the mother of your children? Is it your internal mother? Is it the way you mother yourself? Something here about healing with some sort of feminine energy is front and center on the altar right here, masculines. So hold on. So remember that the unconscious position, again, is twofold. It could be something that you are intentionally or unintentionally pushing into the shadows, or it could be something that's lying outside of your jurisdiction. It's lying outside of your perception. So again, is there some sort of healing with a mother figure that you are putting off? Or a feminine. Let's just say a feminine instead of the mother, because that it broadens it a little bit. Because as I said it, I got a clear message that it might be divine feminine. Masculines, if you have harmed your divine feminine in some way, shape, or form, it might be time to, pay the piper, as they say. It might be time to take accountability for your actions, your non-actions, your words, your non-words. It's time to really let this go. And to let it go, you need to let it move through you and you move through it. Okay, anything else here? I'm just going to slide all this down. It's so weird how sticky the cards got, and they weren't sticky. I'm not sticky. For me, that literally is a message that everything feels sticky to the masculines right now, that anything they try to do in the world, it feels like they have, the visual I'm getting is like a fly stuck to fly paper. You know how hard it is for flies to get unstuck? It's impossible. They die. If you rip them off, they'll just, their body will come apart, right? So masculines, I really honor how difficult, how sticky the situations you might be in right now. They're giving me, I was trying to avoid saying all these specifics, but I'm just going to say it. There might be like a really sticky custody battle, or the child of, the parent of your children might be really battling you in court. Maybe they're lying. Maybe they're making up stories to really defame your reputation or your standing as a parent. Again, turn to God. When in doubt, I'm getting emotional. I don't know why that just... When in doubt, let God fight your battles. You don't have to, don't let the... I don't know why I'm using such biblical language, but it just is showing up today. I don't know why I'm going to lean in. Don't let the devil in others or the devil energy pull you into that same devil energy or dark energy or corrupt energy or whatever. Your job, masculines, is to stay pure. And what do I mean by that? To stay pure of frequency, to make sure that when given the choice of, am I going to choose love or fear, that you choose love. That's the name of the game. That's it. If we want to simplify this spiritual path, it's, can I choose to believe in something greater than myself? So if I feel fear, can I choose to believe in love, which is greater than myself, because my human self doesn't have access to that, or God, or the quantum field, or, whatever you believe in. There's something really important about that, masculines. Don't let this dark energy pull you into the darkness. Instead, pull that darkness into the light. Illuminate it with love. Here's the life hack is, when you have faith in something greater than yourself, it illuminates the moment with love. That's how you illuminate darkness, by grounding in love. It's quite literally I'll just show you. I have one of these touch lamps. It's like if you're in darkness, literally, and you're getting sucked in it, just turn on your love light, just turn on that profound Christ consciousness that's in you and all around you. That is what you were made of, this kind of profound, ineffable love. All right, I'm going to stop there because I could get super emotional about it. Let's get some of these alchemy cards, or I forget what they're actually called. Oh, wonderful message, masculines, and also really tough message. You know, I really honor that you're in the trenches right now, and I haven't done a masculine reading in a while, so it was overdue. Okay, what do we need to know about masculines? What do we need to know? Pleiadian activation, coming together, harmony in the heaven, resolution. Yes, what a beautiful way to move through this journey. Resolution. Masculines know that resolution is on the horizon. The divine will help you bridge that gap. It'll help you cross that. Stargate heart chakra opening, unlocking generosity. Now, it was in the reverse, so yeah, it's really understandable. Masculines, have a lot of compassion and love for yourself. You know, give yourself a profound amount of grace, because if you are in the trenches fighting these battles, and really, what does that mean? You're fighting the battles within yourself, right? If someone is chaotic around you, it's mirroring back to you the chaos that exists within yourself. So what you're really doing is fighting your own darkness and lightness, right? So, yeah, heart chakra opening. And then we have Seraphim's Gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. Again, masculines, do you see how you keep getting pulled back home to this core love frequency? You have so much support right now. All you have to do is acknowledge and look up and look in. Allow your heart to really be held by this divine support. Ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage boundaries. Yeah, and it was in reverse. Masculines, what boundaries would be really compassionate for you right now? What boundaries are you struggling to hold, right? A lot of times we know what boundaries we need, but we struggle to implement them or to maintain them, right? Especially if you're going through a very emotional battle here, masculines. I had something else to say about this. Let me just look at this again. Karmic release, healing. Yeah, so what boundaries would support you right now with this within yourself, with this feminine energy, with the parent of your children? And what boundaries do you need to set with yourself so that you can make appropriate, healthy, aligned choices that would set you up for success? In the unconscious position, let's take a look. We have soul star activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. And this is what's being pushed into the shadow. So yeah, masculines, I don't really know what to say about this, but you get this a lot, that you really struggle to embrace your divinity. I think it's much easier for the feminine, because I think the feminine energy, the feminine energy just sits on the fence between 3D and 5D, between spirit and matter. And so it's much more palatable, I think, for the feminine to kind of swallow that authentic truth that they are a divine creature. Masculines, you are being called to tap into your inner mother. What do you need to heal within your inner feminine that would allow you to start believing in your own inner divinity? Beautiful. Sorry, I'm feeling my third eye, like a lot of energy pooling on my third eye, or pooling at my third eye is what I'm trying to say. You know what? Let's get some of these self-care cards. How can the masculines take deeper care of self? What do they need right now? What would support them right now? Okay. What would support the masculines? What would help them heal? What would help them remember their divinity? What would help them heal their inner feminine or outer feminine? What do they need to know for the highest and best good of self and the planet? Ooh, a beauty ritual. That's really interesting that was the first thing that came up. Masculines, you're beautiful, and you're allowed to nurture. You're not only allowed to acknowledge your beauty, your physical, like your actual, your physical beauty, the beauty of your skin, of your hair, of your eyebrows, of the shape of your feet, of the shape of your face, the color of your eyes, whatever it is. You're not only allowed to acknowledge your beauty, but you are called to celebrate and create sacred space to nourish your beauty. What does that look like or sound like when I say that? Do you contract? Is that like, are you laughing in my face hearing me say this right now? Does that feel very vulnerable? Like, what would a beauty ritual be for you? I mean, maybe it's like just getting a new face oil or a beard oil or some sort of like, washing your face with your favorite smells or something like that. Maybe it's an actual like physical beauty ritual, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually doing your hair and not just letting it air dry, or maybe it's giving yourself a really great foot rub with your favorite lotion and putting on cozy socks before bed. Like, I know this might sound a little out there for some of you, but masculines, this is how you nourish yourself. This is how you refill your gas tank, by loving yourself in this way. And I think it's a little bit because of our insane society that pushes all of these things, these external rituals on women of what we should look like and do. I think for women it's easier to lean into a beauty ritual because the messaging has been shoved in our faces since we were at birth. But, sometimes those rituals aren't so healthy, right? They're rooted out of like some sort of unworthiness, or the idea that there's something wrong with us and we have to do a beauty ritual to be worthy or to fit in or to be socially acceptable. So I'm not talking about that kind of sort of toxic beauty, right? I'm talking about the soul beauty. What is really beautiful in your soul? Like, a beauty ritual might also just be acknowledging all of the sacred and beautiful ways that you show up for your family, for your community, for your coworkers, for your mission, for your purpose. That's a beauty ritual. But here's the thing. So often men don't take a pause to celebrate what they've accomplished. Maybe you're an incredible builder. Maybe you fixed your neighbor's car. Maybe, it doesn't just have to be like an actual beauty ritual, like a physical beauty ritual. It can be. That would actually be really wonderful because so few men actually do that for themselves. But there's so many beautiful parts of the masculine. So I'm just curious, how do you celebrate that, masculines? How do you celebrate the beautiful parts of yourself? Now, listen, if that seems absurd as it's coming out of my mouth, the next thing is like, well, do you even know what's beautiful in you? So I'm going to invite you to make a list. Make a list of I think, or what are all the ways that I'm beautiful? What are all the ways that my soul is beautiful? That I show up and I feel beauty through my own eye, through my own actions. Okay, anything else for masculines? Anything else for masculines? We have pleasure, we have sync with the moon, we have alone time, we have nourish your temple, and we have clear your energy field. This clear your energy field reminds me of this obsidian card here, this grounding, shielding, and entering the void space. So masculines, are you able to create some alone time in your schedule? You're being called to really maybe pay attention to the moon cycles. This is allowing, your inner feminine, even if you're living life with a more dominant inner masculine, you still have an inner feminine. So I'm wondering if you are able to call your attention to the moon cycles and just flow with the ideas of the new moon and the full moon. You don't have to get all crazy with all the different cycles of the moon, but just full moon, new moon, and just lean in and see, okay, this is the new moon. What do I want to call in? This is the full moon. What do I want to complete and close up, right? Because this whole message, masculines, for you is around closing the loop and karmic completion. What else do we have? Okay, we have nourish your temple and pleasure. It's very easy for the masculine to get caught up in the cycle of sacrifice. there's a lot of pride that the masculines take and earn through acts of service, through taking care of others. But when's the last time you've nourished your own temple? When's the last time you've made a request for your body to the universe? Maybe that's going to get a massage. Maybe it's asking someone to give you a foot massage or a back rub. Maybe it's going for a long walk. If you are a masculine that's, chained to your desk in an office all day long, when's the last time you've been in nature? You're being called to cultivate this pleasure. Now, I just think this is worth noting, masculines, that this is a very non-sexual reading. I think it's really important. I think the masculine's energy has, some of their long-term work has been in learning how to come into a balanced relationship with their sexuality and sensual energy. Masculines, this isn't that. When pleasure arrives, it's a very innocent, precious pleasure. It's eating a delicious meal. It's a very tantric way of moving through the world, of allowing, when the breeze hits your face, to take a moment and feel, take a breath and feel the beauty of Mother Nature moving through you. It's a very platonic pleasure, if that makes sense. That's not the right way to say it, but you know what I'm saying. It's not a sexual centered, focused pleasure. It's allowing these other senses, these other nerves in your body to be stimulated with new experience, with new ways of accessing beauty in your life. All right, let's see what's being pushed. Oh my God, I laugh because what's being pushed into the shadow is massage. So masculines, when's the last time you've received touch in any capacity? And I don't mean sexual touch. I literally mean just touch. When's the last time you've let someone hold your hand and gone for a walk, or walked arm in arm, or let someone stroke your hair, or let someone touch your face and just hold your face? I'm brought back to that image I shared with you at the beginning of their reading around crawling in the Divine Feminine's lap and just allowing yourself to behold. And maybe she's just stroking your hair as you just surrender to that moment. Beautiful, beautiful reading, masculines. I think I'm going to close it shortly. Let's get some Buddha wisdom to end. Wonderful reading. What do these divine masculines need to know, Spirit? What wisdom would you like to leave them with? Anything? No wisdom? There we go. We have: the world always finds a way to praise and a way to blame. The wise continually praises. So masculines, it's really easy when, life isn't going the way you want, or maybe you're not so happy with how you're showing up. It's really easy to lean into criticism and judgment. I am asking you, I'm inviting you to find a way, even in your chaos, even if you're not moving through a circumstance in the way that you want to, I'm inviting you to find something that you can celebrate. Find something that you've done or didn't do that you can praise and celebrate. You are worthy of this continual praise, right? It's like when a toddler is learning how to walk, or a baby is learning how to walk. Every time they fall down, we don't criticize them, right? We cheer them on and say, oh, look how good you did. What would your life be like if you extended that level of love and encouragement and celebration to yourself each time you quote unquote, fall down, right? It's the celebration that makes it easier to get back up. And that's what I want you to focus on, masculines. All right, my beloveds, I hope this was supportive, and I will see you in the next one.